How do, guys? Welcome back to Edgar TV, where today we're going to look at what it takes to be a professional dart player, but we're going to do this purely from a statistical point of view. This isn't going to be all the other little factors that make it, professional sort of status in regards to those personal, individual status, desire, determination, those extra little bits that make you you, that make you deal with those moments of pressure. Because we do have some players who statistically could be a professional player that just quite aren't getting there. Now, first of all, let's define what we mean by a professional player. The professional player to me is not someone who's got a tour card. A professional player to me is not someone who hits a certain level. You hear this all the time, don't you? Oh, Dave's a semi-professional. What does that mean? Like, it means he makes a bit of money from playing darts, but doesn't make enough to earn a living. A professional is somebody whose sole income is for the use of darts. So do they make their income from either playing darts on tournaments, exhibitions, etc., etc.? If you build houses for a living, you are a professional builder. Same with darts. You're a professional dart player if it's your sole form of income. It's not a definition of standard. So let's keep that in mind. Now, to do that, I estimate everyone in the top 64 of the world of the PDC will be a professional dart player. And if they're not, they should be when we take a look at the yearly income. And we sort of look at the average income in the UK, and we've got to account for people coming in from abroad, taxes, expenses, etc. Top 64 should be professional players, and then it will actually go a little bit further down as well, where we'll probably get, certainly next year, I think, down to about number 80 in the world being professional. But what is the level that they are hitting on a consistent basis? Because that's the key, consistency. That's the thing we're going to look at here. Not, oh, so-and-so can hit 100 average. No, what's the consistent baseline? What's the consistent number? And there is a theme that runs through this all the way. Now, a lot of people suggest that it should be 100 average to be a professional player. You need to be a 95 average. It's all nonsense. You do not need to be hitting those levels as a consistent par. For example, if you are the world number 8 in terms of averages, not the world number 8 on the rankings, but over 12 months, the 8th best average in the world, anywhere, is 96.95. That is number 8 best running average in the world. Let's go a little bit further down. Let's go down to number 16. That one drops slightly. We go down to 95.65. So this... not too much difference between the players sort of 8 to 16, but there's a big difference between those from 16 to 32. When we drop down to world number 32, the average drops significantly down to 93.71. So again, if you're one of those people that think 95 average is what you need to be a professional player, if you've got a 95 running average, you're going to be in the top 32, probably in the top 16. Never mind just being a professional player. So our focus is going to go down a little bit further. We're going to look at those positions sort of around about the world number 64. And if we was to take this year's Pro Tour rankings as things stand, the number 64 average on the order of merit, smack bang in the middle of the 128, is 91.17. Keep that number in mind. Remember the number 91. It's probably going to come up quite a few more times. It certainly comes up when we go back a year and we look to 2024. A little bit lower, 91.31. In fact, sorry, a little bit better. 91.31 was the running average of that position a year ago. And that number's consistent across that 64th position. You want to be there, get a 91 average consistently. Now, let's look at this in regards to the running average at events such like the World Championship. Now, we have had some crazy years where it's gone up to 93, 94, but consistently, the average at the World Championship, which is where you need to be getting to. If you want to be a professional player, if you want to keep your tour card, you need the World Championship, you need the Players' Championship finals at Minehead. To get that, 91 average is the running average and the par of the World Championship. Again, you're starting to see the theme. And that theme continues when we start looking at the individual Pro Tour averages. So when we look at Pro Tours and we collect all the data together from every single match that's played on the day, from 128 to the final, it will give us an average of the tournament average. Last year, let's take a look at it. A low average of 90.53. and a high average of 92.94. The most common average was 91. The difference between the lowest and the high would be 91. You can see the pattern continuing to play. To be a professional player, all the numbers and statistics say to us that you need to be getting that 91 average. Now, what does that mean? That means that you need to be 6 visits to the board, because 83 to 93, that block of numbers is 6 visits to the board. But when you're going 91 and you're getting close to that 93, what that tends to mean is you're just starting to dip in that 15 bracket a little bit more consistently than someone who's sort of at the lower end of the 6 visit blocks. So if you're thinking, can I cut it? Can I be a professional player? First question, are you going out in 6 visits? And then, how regularly can we get out in the 5? Because you're going to need that little peak as well. 91 is what I predict is the average if you want to be a professional player. If you want to debate it, if you think something different, pop it down in the comments section. Hit the like on your way past and make sure you subscribe, because I'm going to be unearthing lots more of these sort of theories and giving you lots of stats and well-researched data right here on Edgar TV.